Yeah, obviously a lot of feelings today. It's always tough when you decide that it's time to go, but I just have enjoyed my time and I've loved working with the athletes. So proud of what they have been able to accomplish. And really the pressure that was probably on them today to try and make sure that they sent me out the right way. And I cannot say enough for especially these two, like how they have led the team all year, just with the confidence they've shown, the work that they've put in. They've truly been the leaders of the team this year. And so, kudos goes out to them because this team would not be where we are right now without the leadership of these two.
Okay. Questions?
So the meet started out with such a high energy. So what was the outlook before the meet going into it?
We know we compete when there's high energy. We compete way better, and we've talked about that endlessly. So, I think obviously with all the stuff going on, it certainly helped. But, I think they brought the energy as a team today, and that made things easy. We started off great on vault. The energy kept through bars. We went over to beam, had a couple little things, but once again, nothing that really hurt us that bad. And then finished really well. Probably our best floor lineup of the year so far. So it was really just a great special day.
So Sophia Bolko, Jersey Bingman, and Taylor Archambault had amazing vault scores. How important were these high scores early on?
Guys want to answer?
I didn't score that.
Yeah, but you do vault. You got this.
I mean, it's nice for me. That means since I go last in the lineup, that I can kind of just not have to worry about getting a certain score or doing something in order to kind of keep us moving.
Yeah.
So, kind of seeing stuff like that, it just takes the pressure off of some of the other athletes going.
You don't vault, so.
Yeah, that's a Charlie thing.
No, it's. I mean, those kids started out great. I'm not sure what happened with Charlie's score a little bit, but we won't talk about that a whole lot. But the vault was not where the score was, and I can say that honestly. So, and that's how it goes sometimes. Like you do a routine or an event, and you're not quite sure sometimes where that score came from. And I think with Charlie's vault, we weren't quite sure where the score came from. But once again, she has been one of the leaders over there and one of our most dynamic vaulters. So it was nice to not have to use her today. Like, it's not very often that we don't have to use her, but it was, for her, good. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. So the team surpassed its highest uneven bar score today for the season. So were there any specific adjustments you guys made going into today?
Good answer.
No.
Okay.
Charlie,
Sometimes I feel like when we're at home meets and sometimes on bars, I feel like we get a little bit tense and nervous. Like in the past, we've kind of, I feel like, struggled a little bit to compete bars at home. And I feel like today it was just kind of, after coming out of vault, and we just kind of kept that moving and everyone kind of built off each other. So that was really good. Sometimes it's like you can do a routine, but you never know what the score is going to be. But whether we had a good team score or not, I feel like everyone should be super happy with what they did today on bars.
And then you had an amazing bar score today as well. So what was, how did you go into your bar routine?
I don't really think of much before I go. I kind of just walk up there and I'm not really superstitious about anything or need things certain ways. I kind of just stand there, and Brice will talk to me. Sometimes it's like this. And then
Most of the time it goes in one.
it goes like that. And then, but it makes him feel better, so I let him talk. And then I just was able to just do a good bar routine and stick my landing with my good stick shape.
Nice. And then, Coach, the video tribute for your retirement was really special. So what was your reaction to seeing so many people from throughout your career?
Yeah, that obviously that's really special. The people that you touch, obviously means a lot. To have them come back and support the program, to support me, to support these young ladies, it's a special place. Like, you watch the groups of girls who come back, and they come back as teams, like the team of 94, the team of 98. Like, they become really such close friends, and I think that's probably one of the things I'm most proud of, is just to watch how they have developed as truly best friends, and they will stay friends for life, So yeah, it means a great deal.
Coach, anyone I've ever been around to tell you in your job that it's about athletes, and you've led one or two of them. For the ones we saw on that screen, for the countless that have worn those colors over the years under your leadership, what have you learned from them?
I think what I've learned is, number one, you can expect a lot from kids, and they sometimes don't maybe completely believe as much in themselves as we want them to. But with a little bit of nudging and a little bit of hopefully positive interactions with them, you've learned how special kids can really be, and how much they really just need a little nudge sometimes. This is a great group, and it's been a great group to be a part of, and I just am really proud of all of those kids.
When somebody walks through this building 5-10 years from now and reads your name, how do you want to be remembered?
It's a big question.
Yeah, I guess I want them to say that I did it the right way. And hey, I've had my times where I've been tough on people, but there are expectations, and we want them to believe in themselves, and we take a great deal of pride in the success that we've had. But still, hopefully, that things were done the right way, and that people felt like their careers were worthwhile, and that they had a good career here.
And then finally, the last question I may ever ask you, though, as I've said, you're welcome on the podcast anytime. I asked this to an Emory swimming coach that had been in the game for 30 years, and you spoke last week of the importance of team. I limited him to one per discipline. I'm going to give you three. You've led a lot of athletes over the last 30 plus years. One meet, fate of the world, three per apparatus that you've coached.
Me and
What are
Heidi
they?
for all of them.
So I have to give my top three for each event. But I did this the other day now, and it's really difficult. I mean, there have been so many great people, so for who I leave out, please forgive me, because it is really difficult. All around, Michelle Nessig still holds our school record. Was a phenomenal all-around competitor. Rachel Dukavich, I didn't mention her the other day, but she was a phenomenal athlete for us, and just a very consistent person throughout her entire career. So she certainly was an all-arounder that was very special. I'm trying to think who I said the third person was as an all-arounder. Shannon Gallagher, like, she was a great all-arounder, made it to NCAAs as an all-around athlete, and once again, we could count on her week in and week out to make routines. Vaulting was easy with Shelley Stanbaugh. She scored 5 perfect 10s for us, won 4 MAC championships on vault, so she's, by and far away, probably the most decorated vaulter we've ever had. Charlie Behner, one of our greatest. And she will go down as one of our greatest. She just has such a dynamic vault, the amplitude that she gets, and she's able to stick a lot of her vaults. So she's going to go down as truly one of our best. Third person on vault. Probably Kelly Desmond had a really phenomenal handspring front pike back in her day. She was very explosive, and I think has one of our highest scores ever. I think she scored as high as a 9975, so she was really close to that 10-0 mark. Bars, I talked a little bit about Sarah Haxton and what she has done throughout her career. She just was one of the prettiest bar swingers, and you know, did an amazing job. Susie Stadelman had probably our most difficult routine that we've ever had compete here. Just phenomenal bar swinger. And I didn't mention her, but I will. Kristen Peters won 2 MAC championships on bars. In fact, she actually won back-to-back MAC championships on both bars and beam, which is extremely unusual to be great on bars and beam, but she was by and far one of our best ever on bars. Balance beam, we have had so many really, really good balance beam workers. Charlie was not one of them.
Nope.
But that's okay. This young lady over here is, yeah, when you need someone to go up and hit a routine, I don't ever worry about what she's going to do. Like, she has been probably one of the most steadiest competitors that I truly have had the pleasure of watching compete beam. Like, I keep my eyes open the whole time. I don't shut them. I don't kind of, I'm able to relax, and that's truly the mark of a good beam worker. Shannon Gallagher, once again, perfect 10. April Zenko, a perfect 10. Rachel Stopinski, so I'm going to do 4. I'm going to do 5, actually, because Marie Case, those 2 phenomenal competitors, just really phenomenal competitors. Floor exercise. Rachel DeCavich was really, really good on floor. Had a great routine. Amanda St. John, one of our most difficult routines. Rachel Goldenberg, one of our most difficult routines. Jessie James, I have to mention, she was a perfect 10 for us on beam. Carly Franz, perfect 10 for us on beam. So,
Floor.
on floor, I'm sorry, on floor. But yeah, so I think that's all 5 events. Yeah.
Anything else? Coach, anything to add?
I just, we've got 1 week left, and this team has got a lot of grit left in them. We are going to make the most out of it, and I cannot once again thank them for the leadership that they have shown this team. It hasn't always been easy because we've had some injuries and things didn't stack up the way we were hoping they were going to. But when you have leaders who step up week in and week out like they have, it says a lot more about the tough years. Easy years are great, but you know what? It's the tough years where you truly find out what people are made of, and these 2 have been made of gold. So.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Hooray.
Thank you, Coach.